Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you here to Bristol Community College to our new City of Fall River BCC Public Access TV studio. This has been a long-planned partnership, and I think it has tremendous potential for our community. It's pretty clear that we live in a world today that's really dominated by advances in telecommunications, whether it's television, music, video, telephone, the World Wide Web, satellite, and digital technologies. It seems that they're all rapidly merging into a single mega communication system. And of course, the main thing driving that force is the marketplace. There's tremendous potential of systems like that to reach out to vast markets very cheaply. And that's wonderful, and that's okay. But some of us also worry about whether this mega business will result in a cheapening of communications or the homogenizing of ideas and culture, the loss of local programming and community connections. And that's why public access TV is more important than ever. Community organizations, informal neighborhood associations, artists, churches, local governmental bodies, all kinds of groups and individuals who want to share their views or talents really need a place in the great electronic stream. And this local public access partnership, I think, will serve that function especially well. For a public channel to be effective, of course, it needs person power and a minimum infrastructure of technical assistance. And BCC will be able to provide this through Media One, through our telecommunications staff members, and through our communications students in training who will be learning the technical and other aspects of television production here, right here in the studio. And the City of Fall River, by housing the studio and its equipment here, is enabling the education process of our students as well as better fulfilling its responsibility to local residents for public access. So I think everyone's a winner in this partnership. Our community residents clearly will benefit from these new arrangements. And I want to express my thanks especially to Mayor Lambert for his initiation of this partnership, and certainly to the members of the Public Access Board for their support. I know it's going to be a very successful venture, and you can be sure of our very best efforts here at BCC to make it work really well. And now I'd like to introduce Mayor Lambert to say a few words to you before we proceed to explain the workings of the studio. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Farley. It's a great pleasure always to be on this campus, and BCC has provided partnership opportunities for the City of Fall River and this community in so many various ways. But thank you for your leadership. Thank you for BCC's commitment to Fall River. And I think this takes our relationship to another level and even beyond. We're certainly very appreciative of that cooperation. This is certainly an historic event for the city, to the extent that we recognize that not only as we did in the 20th century, but in the 21st century, that communication, making sure that the public is plugged into those things that are important in terms of what's happening in a community, particularly in an age where sometimes communities become much more impersonal than we might like to see them. This is an opportunity through public access and public access through cable television to ensure that people have access to the information that they need, that they feel a kinship to their neighbors, they understand to a greater degree about what's happening in their community, and they feel a part of what's happening. And I think that that's vitally important. The initiation of the public access channel is going to allow that to happen in some very significant ways. But in particular, the partnership with Bristol Community College allows the city an opportunity to utilize the resources provided it through its contract with Media One. And I want to thank Nancy Leonardo and Renee Kochman and the folks from Media One for their effort in terms of making this happen and the provision of the equipment. That what this will provide is not only a hands-on opportunity for the students here at BCC, but really an opportunity to reconnect people to their government, to their community in a very, very meaningful way. It's a unique relationship. It's one that helps and supports each and every partner in it. And I especially want to thank the members of the Public Access Committee that over the last couple of years have been working diligently to review the operations in other communities, to see how public access works there, and to come up with a solution that will make sure that we have the most effective operation for public access here in the City of Fall River. And those people are Beatrice Sanchez-Angelo, Scott Cabral, John Coughlin, Skip Darmody, Renee Kochman, Nancy Nagel, Marty Ladera, Brian Pearson, and Keith Stavely. All of them have given countless hours to helping make this act happen, and I ask those of you here present if you wouldn't mind helping me give them a round of applause as a sign of our thank you. There's nothing much more left to say except that we're very pleased on behalf of the entire city to see this happen. We see great things for this particular project, and it certainly is an opportunity, and I think the beginning of a new level of providing information age technology to the citizens of Fall River that we hope and expect. Thank you very much, and I'd like to bring it back to President Farley.
I'd like to introduce the director of the studio, Tom Dooley. Tom came to us from Dartmouth College in New Hampshire, where he had operated the television studio for the college. Before that, he worked as an instructor in instructional television in the Bedford Public Schools in Massachusetts. So he's come home to Massachusetts and come to Fall River, and we're really delighted to have him. He has a tremendous amount of expertise and energy to put into this project. Tom?
I'm going to have to try to stretch this into a half an hour so we can make a show out of it. First of all, I'd like to thank President Farley and Mayor Lambert for their guidance in getting this station on the air. One of the reasons I took the position of Director of Television Services here at Bristol Community College is because of the city of Fall River, particularly its diversity. Fall River is a city of many voices. And these voices comprise many backgrounds, many histories, many viewpoints. And I think that public access can provide the opportunity for all of us to share those voices. What we're starting here today is an outlet for the voices of Fall River. Through the efforts of the city and Bristol Community College, Fall River residents, BCC students, staff, and faculty can now share their voices through Media One's cable network. And for this whole thing to come together, I have to give a few people thanks. I'd like to obviously thank the Cable Committee again for all their efforts. I'd also like to thank my assistants, Rick Ribello and Jennifer Karen, who have worked over the last few months getting the station wiring and even the last few days getting this all set up. I'd like to thank the mayor's staff, especially Skip Dormady and John Coughlin, for their advice in getting a new person in the community established into this community. I'd like to thank my boss, Hank Ingalls, the drama department at BCC, and some of the LRC staff, the Learning Resource Center, which has been vital in providing us with some of the tools we've needed to get going. I'd especially like to thank Bob DeMora and Honorato DaCosta for their technical work and for the assistance in purchasing some of the equipment we've needed on the LRC staff, Sue Shannon and Mary Ellen Patine. For those of you who are Media One subscribers, you'll find us on either Channel 97 or Channel 98. And that seemed like a long name. So what we're going by right now is Fall River Public Access, or FRPA. What we are is a collaboration between the City of Fall River and BCC. What we are doing mostly during the day is working with students and student projects to get an education about media and how it works in the world. What we'll be offering, and currently are offering on Channel 97 or 98, and I can explain that in a bit if you'd like after the ribbon cutting ceremony, is a message board, a bulletin board where community events can be listed. We're also offering playback of tapes from church services to events that people have videotaped and bring to us to air on our channel. And finally, as we move forward in the next few months, is the production of community programs in this studio or in our edit systems, which we invite you all to take a tour of who are in the studio. Or if you're in the audience, we're at Bristol Community College, Building H. Come on down. We're open until 6 p.m. today. If you're looking for information, I'll give our number out for what it's worth. Area code 508-678-2811. And the extension is, oh my, 225. Stay tuned to our channel, and you'll see on our message board our public access line. I don't want to give out a wrong phone number. So, With that, welcome all of you to the station, and I'd love to see the mayor and the president of the college cut some videotape to officially open up our studio.
Thanks very much, Tom. Thank you, Tom. The extension is 2822, and I was informed of that by Mayor Lambert himself, who's more alert than either of us are, apparently. So we're going to cut this videotape.
Is this what you call editing?
Yes.
The old way, yes.
Given the length of my speeches, I've been subject to a little editing myself. This shows you the trust that President Farley has in elected officials in the community. How's that?
Thank you all for coming, and I think now Tom can give you a tour of the facilities and explain anything that looks mysterious to you. We have decor added by our drama department in the form of the masks that you see on the wall there, several camera equipments, and he'll tell you how in detail how to access the equipment and make use of it well. So Tom, you'll be available right now, will you not, to talk to any of our guests today to learn more about the studio. And again, thank you so much for coming.